All right, guys, and we are back with another episode of Throwing Down with the Browns. Now, today, guys, we're going a little bit different of a direction than what we normally do. We like to use comfort food recipes, but today we're going on the healthier style. And this is one of me and my wife's favorite things when we're trying to be healthy, specifically on the low carb side. We're making a cauliflower pizza crust. We have the ingredients before you. We have 2 heads of cauliflower. We have a bag of mozzarella cheese, and we have eggs. All right, now we're going to cut those heads of cauliflower. We're going to use that little box grater you see to your left there to shred them up. All right.
Welcome back to Throwing Down with the Browns. All right, sweetheart, I see you're all set.
All right, so we got my box grater there. We want it on the large grate side. You know, the common grater has the small side, and then you have a large grater side. So we want to just take that, and we want to grate. We don't want to get the core pieces. We just want that nice, the meaty part of the cauliflower there. I want to peel off all of those outside leaves, and we're just going to be grating this down. Be very careful with the grater, especially if you have a newer one. It's going to be sharp. We'll rotate it and just get the meaty part of that cauliflower. That's what we want. That's what's going to make this thing so special. All right, guys. So we're at the end of our cauliflower there. Once we get to this stage, I like to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. That is going to be the cooking temperature for our pizza crust. All right, and now we're going to get to mixing the ingredients. All right, so the ingredients are very simple for this recipe. It's basically 2 cups of this grated cauliflower we got here, and there's going to be another 2 even cups of this shredded mozzarella cheese, and then there's 2 eggs. That is the basic recipe. It's so simple. It turns out great every time we make it, and we love it at this point, you know. We're going to do that. 2 cups. I want to get that cup as even as possible. 2 cups of cauliflower. We're going to do 2 cups of the shredded mozzarella.
It's funny, I've never watched you make this. I've always been in on the end result, which is wonderful. But yeah, this is simple.
Super easy, guys. That's why I thought I should share this with you, because if you're looking for an alternative, or if you happen to be maybe in the keto lifestyle, this fits in perfectly with it. Yes. You know, this is a very low carb recipe. And maybe after I'm going to show you a different way. After we get this first crust out of the way, it's going to be the basic pizza crust. I'm going to show you a couple things that I do to kind of flavor it up a little bit. You know, you can add various seasonings to this to make it even better. You know, so we got the 2 cups of shredded mozzarella, and the 2 cups of cauliflower in there, 2 eggs. Now, I always recommend, a lot of people say we get eggshells when you crack them. If you crack them on a hard surface like the edge of this bowl, that's what leads to cracked eggs or eggshells in your whatever you're making. You know, so crack them on a flat surface, countertop, is perfect. You know, and that is greatly going to reduce your chances of getting eggshells in the product that you're making.
Okay.
All right, so now that we got that in there, we're just going to go in with the rubber spatula. And we're going to mix everything until it's thoroughly incorporated. Try not to spill anything out the bowl like I did a little bit there. Guess I'm just a little bit excited.
Yes. Okay.
All right, guys, so we're back. We got our mixture firmly together. I took my 12-inch pizza pan and I lined it with parchment paper, and I just went around the edges of the pan just to make it circular, you know, and this is going to prevent a lot of that from burning in the oven, you know. So I got my can of spray olive oil. I'm just going to lightly spray that parchment paper. It's going to keep the pizza crust from sticking.
Okay.
And then we're just going to take this bowl of lovely pizza crust mixture that we have here. We're going to put it right in the middle of the pan, and we're going to spread it outwards until it covers the entire pizza pan. And from that point, we're going into the oven.
Wow.
All right. And this is how it should look before going into the oven. We got the ingredients spread evenly throughout the entire pan. Now, you may find that you may have a chunk or two. I don't know if the video is going to show it up, but we have a chunk there and a chunk there. don't worry about that right there.
Okay.
All right, our oven is ready. We're at 400 degrees. We're going in, and I'll let you know a total cooking time. All ovens are going to vary, but we'll give you an accurate update on what it took in our oven.
Welcome back to Throwing Down with the Browns.
All right, and guys, you just saw the first pizza crust go into the oven, and that was just a plain. I wanted to give you the basis of it, but I like to kind of shake things up a little bit. Second pizza crust, we're going to add a little bit of seasonings to it. You can do it however you like, but I just like having a little bit of variety to it, So, and we're going to shake a little bit of smoked paprika into this next batch. I got a little bit of garlic powder. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there as well. A little garlic powder. And then final ingredient, basil. Now, guys, you can be as creative as you want. I know these flavors are really going to go well together. We've been making this pizza for a very long time. So we have the basil, smoked paprika, garlic powder. That is going into pizza crust number 2. And we're going to do the same exact thing we did on the first one. All right, guys. So after about 25 minutes with this first pizza crust went in there, this is what it comes out looking like. And it needs to cook on both sides. So what I've decided to do, normally I would just take this thing and just flip it onto the other pan, but I needed to make it friendly, you guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer that piece of paper with the sprayed side down. We're going to flip this thing, and then I'm going to put this on top of it. Now this pan, it just came out the oven. It's hot, so I'm putting my towel up under it. And we're just going to flip the entire thing.
Okay.
All right. Being very careful not to burn ourselves.
Look at that.
We got the parchment paper on the other side of the pizza. We're going to pull that off. And actually, what I found making this crust, because we've made it so many times, you can reuse that parchment paper. There's no use in going forward with any more. So now we have that pizza turned over. You see the color is real light, so we need to get that looking as golden as the top of the pizza. So we're going to take that, put it right back in the oven. When I pull this out, I'll give you guys the exact cooking time on the other side.
Welcome back to Throwing Down with the Browns. What do we have here?
All right, guys. So we have finished our first pizza crust here. We cooked it for about 25 minutes on the first side. We flipped it. I showed you guys how to do that. And then we cooked it for another about 25 minutes. And what we have here is golden. It's crispy. It's the more you let it cool, the crispier it'll get. I want you to see a little peek at the other side.
Nice. Okay.
It's nice and crispy. It's fresh out the oven, so it's still a little bit flexible right now. But the more it cools, the more it'll crisp, and it'll be more manageable when you go in and get this thing and you want to dress it up and make it into your final result, which is a beautiful pizza, low carb pizza at that.
Yeah. So we're going to do 2 videos, right? So this is the first one is making the dough, making the crust, and then the second one is actually putting the pizza together. So look out for that, guys. 1 and 2.